everybody, it's Jane from Living Skies Vintage, back again today to do an update with my Asian journal. So this will be part 2. I've been working hard to get all of my backgrounds done, and I've done that, so that'll enable me to start working on individual pages. But I thought you might like to see what I've done, and so here we go. I didn't do this very first page. I wanted to leave this cover blank. I think it's really good. So here we go. What I've done is I've taken a lot of the text pages that I had showed you in my earlier video, and I ripped them up and I've laid in a background of just different text. And this is how I start a lot of my collage projects, is I put in a text or a kind of a background that I can color on and add images to and create a story. And this just kind of creates some depths of layers, and sometimes will give me ideas of where to go, and that'll become more apparent as we flip through here. So these have all been just wonderful papers that I've been able to collect over some time that has different types of scripts on them. And you can see some are very almost transparent and others are more opaque. And I like using different types of papers because they also take the colors and the paints and everything differently. So you can get some really nice effects without really trying, or unexpected effects, I guess I should say. So here's getting into more of a double page spread, a little more nondescript on this side, and then on this side I decided to add a few napkin images that will add color, and I'll start working them into the scheme. And then on here I got this great big, very floral, almost Japanese peony type, and you can see I've got little different scripts, same type of thing here, just kind of again. And the reason I did this, all of the pages, is I wanted to create a continuity through the book. Now each page is going to be different individually, but they kind of all have got the same continuity of script through the book. Like what would have happened if I had done maybe only this page and used up all of my papers of one kind, as I wouldn't have been able to create this book that would look complete or continuous throughout, is I guess how I'm trying to explain myself. Anyways, this next page I wanted to show you is a little bit different. What I did with this one is, this is actually a map of Tokyo, and I believe it's in Dutch. It's not English anyways. And what I did is I plopped the entire map over the double page spread, and it was solid. And I looked at it a little bit later and I said, no, I don't really like that. So I decided to rip off some of the edges, and then on here, this is like a distress ink with this extra blue that you can see. So this would be fun to build on. And on this page, I've been kind of thinking what would be good would be kind of maybe a anime type of scene through here with the different subways and the streets and that of Tokyo shown. So I think that would be cool. And then we've got starting to get back into this thing. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to perhaps cut in some windows and some doors. So like this particular one here, I think I might cut this out to make a little window, and then that'll be around here on this side. And then when we look in here, you'll be able to peek through and see the image that's here on this side, which maybe I'll have a smaller one highlighting inside a larger one. We'll see what happens. But on some of these pages, you can see I've taken larger, like this one was just a beautiful piece of ephemera that I didn't really want to tear up into pieces. so I've kind of glued that down. There's another one here. This one here is, I think this is actually a receipt. This little piece over here was attached to this, but this has got a stamp on it, and I didn't want to tear that up, so I just glued the whole thing down. And then this is a little piece of napkin that I've added on top, same as down here from the same napkin. So again, kind of carrying the theme through. No, not stuck together. I just can't do it. Yeah, different color scheme. Trying to get into some giving me some options. Here, this one I've done a little bit differently. I've taken, this is actually jelly print paper. I think I showed this one to you guys. I had a lot of gold and red in it, and I had done it on some thicker, heavier weight paper. So what I did is I took that paint layer, that top layer off of the sheet of paper, and was able to get these scored images. And you can kind of see here, like where the paper is torn there. This one's a fun one. This is kind of like this is a, what do they call it? Underneath your plates when you go to a restaurant. A placemat. That's what I'm trying to think of. A placemat that you get that talks about the Chinese Zodiac. I used this in a couple of places. There's that doorway that I used in the other page. This one's kind of, you can see the predominantly red and gold. That could be fun. And then here again, here is that same peony that I used in a couple of pages early, right at the beginning there. Now, if you want to know how I cut out, not really cut out, but make this flower, the edges of the napkin fairly close to the edges of the leaves and the flower, is you take a really small paintbrush, like, I know I have one right around here somewhere. Darn it, here it is. Like this one, just a really tiny tip. And when you have the napkin, you just wet this with a little bit of water, and around the edge where you want to kind of cut the napkin out, you just put the water, and then you can pull the napkin away from it quite easily, and it comes out, stands out a little bit more. This is some more of my jelly printed paper. I thought that would look cool with the greens, pulling the greens out of this. What I liked about this jelly print, you can see these are actual leaves that I used. In this one here, you can still see the imprint of the leaves. And then, okay, here's another one where I've used, again, the jelly print paper in the gold, a little bit of green. Wanted to keep this receipt fairly whole. Sometimes I don't want to have them completely whole. I like that ripped edge, and that ripped edge also will pick up color and distribute it differently. I only finished the book today. It's dry, but I can still feel that the pages are a little cool and damp. They're not sticking, they're dry, but I need to have this stand up for a little bit and completely dry, I think, before I go any further. Just make sure that everything is all stuck down. So, and here is something a little more generic. I've got lots of ways to go. Again, if I want to cut out maybe a big window pane or a couple of small windows, it'll be easy. Here again, I've taken those napkins, and you can see where I've kind of cut out the napkin around the flowers. And it's nice when you're using different kinds of paper. See here, you can see here where I've got this one, which is more of an opaque paper, this one, which is more of a rice paper that kind of overlaid it. Again, here you can see where it's overlaid on this flower. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think, to put more images in here. And again, this one I started to get a little more regimented. I wanted to try and place these a little more strategically. Yeah, I'm trying different things as I'm working through this album. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm expecting it to take me a while, and I'll be working on the individual pages or the double page spread, depending on what it is. Those will be the upcoming episodes to the journey of my Asian journal. So like I said, I just wanted to do a quick flip through. Look, this is like machine. I think this is like machine instructions. Looks like you're leveling the legs of, and this looks like an oven over here. So maybe you're leveling the legs of an oven. But again, it doesn't really matter. That's just not what I really care about at this point. It's just getting this base down, making it not look so white or beige and clean and perfect with nothing on it. And it just allows me to go. Here's another one with a lot of the placemat colors. I had a big red napkin there. So let's see how this goes. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This was, I had 2 sheets of this, and I just thought that it was so beautiful that I would just lay the single sheets down on this spread. And then this here is actually a rice paper. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Rice paper napkin that came from Japan, that I've separated the butterflies and used this and just added. I'm going to start my scene from there. I picture on this a samurai, maybe a Japanese garden, and Japanese maiden, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But I really love these 2 pages. But I love this piece of paper. I don't know. Can you fall in love with just a piece of paper in the way that this, for all I know, is someone's laundry or grocery list. Someone's accounting, and I'm going to make it look pretty. Here we go, another big flower. Again, you know, these are just instructions, I'm sure, or flyers that were available that probably didn't cost a lot. Here's a different kind of color scheme. Look at this. Someone's math. I got someone's math. There's that, and then there was this. And I don't know what they're doing. They're obviously figuring something out. Anyways, I just thought that was cool. A lot of this in the end, these backgrounds maybe won't show all that much, but it's just a way for me to get started, and I hope you guys come along and join me on my journey. Where's my favorite page? I think it's this one. Here it is. Join me on my journey and see what comes of this. I am really excited about where this is going to go, and I've got all, like I said, I've got all the base papers done now, and I'm going to start maybe putting in a few of these images that I've found. You know, this kind of guy, and we had all these people. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where this is going to go. So, and we'll try some doors, and we'll try some windows, and maybe we'll try some pop-outs. Yeah. So please come and bring your friends, like, share, subscribe, and see how this Asian journal goes. Oh, and before I let you go, I just also wanted to do a shout out to Dede Willingham. I got my happy mail. Thank you, Dede. Some little rub-on sheet from Jane Davenport. Now, if you like collage, you guys should go and check out Dede Willingham's channel. She has some beautiful reverse collage, and she helped me in figuring out how I was going to do these things. Now that I have my process, I do what I think, but she's a great person to start to follow and get the hang of how to do a whole bunch of different things. So please come back and see me, and I'll put a link to Dede's channel down below. Thank you all. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.